So my name is DJ. Welcome. Today we have with us Miss Erika Cline. We are very excited. This is gonna be our first chocolate festival, and I love the name. It's Coffee, Chocolate, and Culture. Good morning and welcome. Where are we having you from?
Hi, thank you for having me. I am coming from St. Croix, Virgin Islands, and we have bean to bar chocolate, and our cacao grows right in our rainforest.
Oh, perfect. So, as a little girl, tell us, did you dream about being a chocolatier or being a chef or being involved anywhere with chocolate?
That's a good question. Yes, ma'am. I have been baking with my grandmother since I was in the age of 5. I had my first business at 8 years old, selling my chocolate chip cookies, and to this day, I still use that recipe. So all I know is sugar and chocolate, and baking and working with my hands, and just feeling the appreciation and love from people when they're eating something delicious.
Perfect. So, you're going to be the keynote speaker. So, what is your
Yes,
feeling
I'm
about
excited.
welcoming several communities, several different cultures? I'm Haitians. We're gonna have our counterpart from Belize, Jamaican, all kind of chocolate. So, how do you feel?
I'm excited. I'm excited to share my chocolate culinary journey with all these wonderful people that have the same passion as I do for chocolate.
Hmm.
And it's amazing how chocolate makes people happy. That is the one of my mottos is chocolate, love, and happiness. And this is going to be a great couple of days to be able to share all this happiness and passion that I have in my heart and see it on other people's faces.
Okay, that's exciting. Tell us a little more about grandma and when you were growing up. What was it like in the Virgin Island?
So let me say this: I am not originally a Crucian and birthed in the Virgin Islands. I was born in Chicago,
Mm.
but I have the heart of the Caribbean.
Hmm.
Um, but growing up with my grandmother she was my best friend till I was uh, till I was 13, and we had to move to Chicago. But we
Mm.
grew. I was raised along with her and my grandparents and my aunts and uncles on a 25-acre farm,
Oh.
and it comes full circle. Everything that was grown on there, we ate,
Hmm.
and it's just so amazing for me to be a pastry chef and be sustainable. I'm
Okay.
also a member of the James Beard House out of New York, and we believe in
Congratulations.
sustainability.
Yes.
Thank you. And then living here in St. Croix in the Virgin Islands, this is one of the islands of the Caribbean that is known for its farming
Hmm.
and for its produce. So, me growing up with my grandmother and becoming the person that I am today, it was amazing. She was an amazing person. She helped everyone in the neighborhood. She believed in fresh produce and fresh farming. There was nothing for us to sit on the porch and pick black eyed peas, string beans. Me getting in trouble eating fresh strawberries out of the garden without washing them. Um, you know, fresh grapes and making our own jelly.
Hmm.
That it was a great foundation for me
Hmm.
to becoming the person that I am.
So you
So
moved
she
to
was amazing.
Chicago. You moved to Chicago and you went to school.
I
How
went to
was
high
that?
school in Chicago.
Hmm.
That was scary because because I was coming from a small little country school that had 1,500 people
Hmm.
from kindergarten to high school,
Wow.
and so then I walked into a high school that was 5,000 children, 5,000 kids on
Hmm.
a full city block. So that was um,
A
I
shock.
had to become yeah, I was overwhelmed,
Hmm.
and I had cousins there, but still, that meant nothing. It was like me walking on against the world.
Mhm.
and I made it. I made
Yes,
it, you know?
yes, indeed, you
Yeah,
made it. So when you got to Chicago, as you were talking earlier, I could feel the island life. You know, you being on 25
yeah,
acres.
yeah,
This is richness. This is wealth.
yeah,
So now
yeah.
you're in Chicago. So everything is pavement and asphalt. Um, how is the connection between what you knew from home and you going into the field that you are?
Um, it just opened my eyes to the culinary culture,
Hmm.
as in how diverse Chicago was. You know, my mom and dad knew what I wanted to be,
Okay.
and they invested into me. So we went out to fine dining restaurants. We ate at all the bakeries and patisseries that we could possibly go to. And I was also very blessed. My dad worked for the government.
Oh,
So in the summers, we would travel because he would have a new assignment and he would audit banks for a living.
okay.
And so there were 4 summers out of my livelihood that we lived in the Bahamas, Nassau, Bahamas,
Okay.
for the summers.
Hmm.
And that's where my love for the Caribbean came from.
Wow.
So like now, like my second home really is not the United States.
It's the
It is
Bahamas.
Nassau, Bahamas. It
Okay.
is. And when I became an adult, I moved to the Bahamas and
Good.
I opened a chocolate factory for Great Cliff Hotel, and it's going well. And I
Great.
lived there for 4 years. Yeah, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
was amazing. My best friend is from the Bahamas, and I'm still in contact with all my friends. They are not my friends; they're my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your business in the Bahamas, you still work there?
No, no. I opened the factory for them.
Mhm.
They built it to the specs of what I needed,
Mhm.
and I trained Bohemians how to make chocolate.
Okay. So tell us, what's the difference between having a chocolate factory and having just a chocolate space?
So
What?
just having a chocolate space, you're just selling
Okay.
product that you're bringing in,
Mm-hmm.
but having a chocolate factory,
Mm-hmm.
you're you're making bean to bar or you're processing chocolate and you're making all the products yourself and then selling them in your retail space. And that is what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing now. I am I am making that. So
So there's nothing specific or something that is more focused or sustainably driven when you have a factory.
by owning my own business,
Mm-hmm.
I am driven even more. Not saying that I'm driven when I'm working for someone out in a factory or a retail shop or whatever, or a pastry shop or bakery, but when having your own,
Mm-hmm.
this is a luxury item which people don't understand. Chocolate is a luxury. For most people that were growing cacao trees like in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
Grenada, St. Lucia, and they're growing these trees in their backyard and making chocolate tea and
Mm-hmm.
drinking it on a daily basis, that
Mm-hmm.
was their luxury.
Yes.
What people in the States don't understand
Yeah.
how, they're brainwashed from excuse me, and by saying this
Commercial.
by Hershey and
Yeah.
Nestle, that's not real chocolate,
Yeah. The
you
commercialized.
know,
Yeah. The
the
commercialization of like.
commercialized chocolate.
Yes. Yes. Indeed.
Yes, but by being able to make it with your own hands, and I'm a small chocolate boutique, making cacao from the bean itself
Mm-hmm.
is such a pleasure, and being able to have that knowledge, to have that taste bud, to have that feeling is amazing.
Do you mix it with other foods? The chocolate
So I'm coming um, to the conference, and right now I'm in the process of making bonbons.
bonbons.
I'm making a bonbon for everyone as a taster. I'm doing the essence of chocolate, which is white chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't know. Most people just know, oh, it's chocolate, but it's the essence of chocolate. White
Mm-hmm.
chocolate is made from White chocolate is made from cocoa butter,
Mm-hmm.
sugar cane, vanilla, and
Okay.
milk powder. You can
Hmm.
have a low grade of that white chocolate, which people eat on a daily basis, or you can have the high grading,
Right.
having the top of those ingredients.
Yes.
And but I'm bringing in a passion fruit white chocolate bonbon, hand painted.
I love that. I love that already because I
Would you
educated
like to
myself.
see one?
Please,
Would you like to see one?
I would love to.
Alrighty. Let me let me walk right over here
Perfect.
without
Yes.
my little
And I'll get
shop.
a chance to look at the
And
shop. Blue chocolate, blue
yes.
chocolate.
So this right here,
Ah,
and
this is
we
so
hand
nice.
paint it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
This is very
Hand
nice.
paint it.
That's love.
Thank you.
You're going to February,
Yes.
something pinkish chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate. But the
Yes,
essence of
yes,
chocolate, as you say, it's something that people need to educate themselves about.
yes. And what you see right behind me is the
Hmm.
process of chocolate.
Wow.
We teach classes here in our boutiques,
Hmm.
and we give chocolate experiences to people on a twice a week on Fridays and Saturdays. We have a
Hmm.
children's class and two adult classes.
That's what I was going to ask. Are the children involved?
Yes, yes.
So,
Um, and we have a couple of regular little mini chocolatiers, as we call them,
mhm.
and they are amazing. They come in and they're happy, they're excited, and they're ready to learn. Some
So
of them know more than the adults do.
I'm assuming, and those children eventually one day they'll be part of the Jim Beard alumni. So
You
tell us
never
about your
know. You never know.
experience with Jim Beard. What was it like?
Um, so quite a few years ago, about 15 years ago, I had a nonprofit called Culinary Wonders USA, and
Okay.
it showcased minority chefs across the United States.
Hmm.
I kind of got tired of hearing where are the black chefs, where are they at, what are they doing. So I
Hmm.
started a website, and
Oh,
this website was like a directory, a telephone book with over 150, and it kept growing
great.
over the years
Hmm.
to showcase chefs throughout the United States.
Okay.
And I really did it for myself too. Not to, I need to be honest,
To be
because
connected.
there were, right, to stay connected. I was also working with Ebony Magazine
Okay.
as one of the top 25. This was back in 2006.
Mm.
One of the top 25 African American chefs. Also, I was voted one of the top five African American chefs by Black Enterprise Magazine. So when I moved from being the pastry chef at the Peabody Hotel in Memphis,
Mm-hmm.
um, they couldn't find me. They didn't know where I was. So I
Oh
said, oh, hey, let me do this website.
yeah.
And why would I just do it for myself?
Hmm.
Why wouldn't I do it for my sisters and my brothers that are in this business, in the hospitality business?
Indeed.
And now it's that so many of the ones that were on, and now I no longer have it, only because I've moved on to do other
Hmm.
things in life.
Greater things.
Um, but yeah, but 99% of those chefs that were on there have written books. They've been in the magazines. They have had been on television. Um,
That's
they have their
inspiring.
own properties or businesses. They're thriving, and I'm not saying that I'll take the credit for that, but I just like knowing that I had a little bit part of their
Yes, you're a beacon.
happiness in
You're a
that.
beacon. You're a beacon,
Yes,
and I'm sure that's the reason why you're gonna inspire us on the first, the second,
yes,
as well as the third, because a lot of people are staying in the back. Sometimes because they're a woman, sometimes because they're a minority,
yeah,
and having you being a beacon, sharing your light, sharing your knowledge, and I think chocolate is about love and it's about sharing, and I
yes,
thank
it
you for
is.
that.
Yes, it is.
Now, past now covid comes because I know you talked about sustainability, and to me I would assume that means that we have folks back home in the islands working, so the production
Yeah,
of cacao, and I say to people, chocolate is really the next commodity. It's the same as
yeah,
crypto, gold, and it's something that we should be
Right.
able to exchange and share. So how does that work with the employees, people that are working on the farms? How are you helping them, and how did you navigate through COVID?
So I navigated through COVID. I was in the States. I had left Tortola, British Virgin Islands, where I
Mhm.
opened Blue Chocolate in 2015 and had to close it in 2017 because of Irma. Irma, the hurricane,
Oh,
came through.
mhm,
And so I took a little break and went to the States, but opened Blue Chocolate Cafe there in Florida, in Jacksonville. And it was doing very well, and then COVID hit,
mhm.
and I needed to close, and
Again.
I was exhausted. I was tired from one catastrophe to that. You
Mhm.
know, I can't say I can truly say that there wasn't um, for St. Croix, there wasn't any. They shut down. They got
Mhm.
quiet because Maria, the hurricane,
Came
affected
into.
the cacao that was growing in the rainforest.
Mhm.
And, everything tourist wise, it was very good for them because
Okay.
it was a U.S. territory. So
Yeah.
people came,
Wow. Mhm.
you know.
Mhm.
Um, but for cacao, I'm the only one that makes cacao in the Virgin Islands.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
right. So when I was in the United States, I took a back seat and took a break and started to run someone else's company.
Mm.
And instead of, you know, I needed a mental break. And
Yes.
sometimes when you're in this industry, you have
Industry.
to know
Mhm.
when to sit down for a minute
Yes. Yeah.
and regather yourself. I was still making chocolate, but it was
Mhm.
it was order online and
Okay.
shipping. And I
Okay.
was also doing a podcast, and it was talking about sustainability along with one of my girlfriends out of Kansas City
Mhm.
and what people were doing and how they were coping during COVID.
Okay. What
Everyone all of a sudden had a second job
job? Mhm.
or way to make money.
Yeah.
I was a manager of a coffee shop and bakery.
Mm.
You know, but when I got home, I was shipping chocolate,
Wow.
and I was doing Zoom classes
Mhm.
on pairing chocolates, the bonbons that I was making with spirits, and I
Okay.
was doing that for corporations because of their employees were
Mhm.
on at home working from home, but they needed something to inspire themselves. So that's
Wow.
what I was doing during COVID.
Wow. This is so inspiring. Um, because I'm thinking during COVID time, I could have just stayed home and just eat chocolate. That's all. So when we meet in a couple of days, I would share with you a Haitian proverb talking about how women we could bend, we could fold, but we won't break. And
Right.
you are an inspiration, and your
Thank
resilience
you.
is really what's going to motivate the people coming for 3 days
Awesome.
of Expo in Miramar. So tell us, what would you want the public to do besides coming? Should they come with a lot of money so they could buy a lot of chocolate? I know that you're giving away some bonbon, but should they buy?
This is my first time being a part of this coffee and chocolate conference. I just want people to come in with an open mind
Hmm.
and have their taste buds ready,
Hmm.
and to come in to be happy, and to learn a few things. One of my best girlfriends is going to be there. I call her my Haitian sister.
Okay.
It's Chef Vicky Cola.
Chef Vicky
She's
Cola.
going to be there.
She's
Yeah,
also a friend.
and
Yes.
yes, yes, and I love her with all my heart. She was
Yes.
just here for my
Yes.
birthday, and then I came up there for hers.
Perfect.
And a beautiful family.
Yes.
Um, we just love to be able to share our
Hmm.
passion.
Yeah.
I want people to be able to walk in with open hearts.
Yes.
Um, yes, come and spend your money, and so that you can be able to taste as many things as possible
Hmm.
and take things home. but most definitely be able to walk away with a message of knowing that nothing, nothing can hold you back from your love, passion, and dreams. Nothing. If you are that passionate about it, then you can make it happen. Yeah.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you so much, Miss Erica. It was a pleasure. I'm
Thank you.
looking forward to meeting with you. And I think this was well said and a very good closing. If you are passionate about something, you just go forward.
That's it. That's
Thank
it.
you.
And
Thank you.
remember, a day is never good without chocolate.
That's what I got. A day is never good without chocolate. I've seen that.
That's
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. And we'll come and get some chocolate. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Can't wait to meet you in person.
Likewise. Thank you.